Shalom, call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wakahakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives to do so. To the scattered hopeful elect across the four corners of the earth, and those among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, pursuant to Jeremiah 12:9, known as the speckled birds. This is not a black thing, nor do we teach it as a black thing. The Spirit beareth witness with our spirits, in accordance to Romans 8:16, that person's an Israelite, and if they understand the truth for what it is. I am the disciple of Pariam, a follower of Great Millstone, coming to you with a lesson in truth and sincerity. This lesson is going to be titled Righteous Doubt versus Unrighteous Doubt. Just real quick, the photo that provided below was my brother, GMS Shabai 144K on TikTok. So that was a beautiful photo. So the water, and I just wanted to use it for the lesson. So let's get into the lesson. Righteous doubt seeks truth through honest questioning, while unrighteous doubt hardens into stubborn skepticism to avoid the truth. The core difference lies in the motivation of the heart, the method of questioning, and the ultimate outcome of the struggle. The core difference is that righteous doubt stems from a desire to understand deeply. Unrighteous doubt stems from a desire to justify independence or rebellion. You know, they always have to be right, or what is right in the teachings of man, right? But, you know, when you look at it, the word of science just means to know, right? So the heart attitude is righteous doubt remains humble, open, and teachable. Unrighteous doubt becomes cynical, proud, and defensive. So the goal is righteous doubt aims to find a solid answer and build faith. Unrighteous doubt aims to find excuses to dismiss accountability. So I can just bear with me for a second. So with that said, let's go to Psalms 73 and 17. And it reads, "Until I went into the sanctuary of power, then I understood, their end." So in the NLT reads, "Then I went into your sanctuary, O power, and I finally understood the destiny of the wicked." Hebrews 3:12-13 says, "Be careful then, dear brothers and sisters. Make sure that your own hearts are not evil and unbelieving, turning you away from the living power. You must warn each other every day while it is still today, so that none of you will be deceived by sin and hardened against power." And we know that sin is the transgression of the law. All right, not giving away to the fables and doctrines of men of the other nations. So the action is righteous doubt leans into community, study, and prayer. We lean on each other. You know, this is a body. Unrighteous doubt isolates itself and feeds into echo chambers. And the funny thing is, we get told all the time that, you know, well, you just want to hear what your brethren are saying, that you're in the echo chamber. Well, it's not so, is it? So the ultimate outcome, righteous doubt transforms into a stronger tested conviction. Unrighteous doubt hardens into permanent disbelief or apathy. Let's go to John chapter 20, I'm going to read 24 to 29. This is the account of doubting Thomas. Okay. But Thomas, one of the 12, called Didymus, was not with them when Yahushua came. The other disciples therefore said unto him, We have seen the Lord. But he said unto them, Except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I will not believe. And after 8 days, again, his disciples were with him, within, and Thomas with them. Then came Yahushua, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst, and said, Peace be unto you. He said, Shalom, right? Then saith he to Thomas, Reach hither thy finger, and behold thy hands, and reach hither thy hand, and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing. And Thomas answered and said unto him, My Lord and my power. Yahushua said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. But blessed are they that have not seen and have believed. So we go into some historical and scriptural examples. It says John the Baptist asked if Yahushua was truly the Messiah while sitting in prison. This is also the cousin of Yahushua, by the way. And he fulfilled that prophecy. Yahushua did not condemn him. He provided proof of his miracles to reassure John's faith. Unrighteous doubt is, the Pharisees demanded a sign after a sign from Yahushua. They did not want to believe. They wanted to find a loophole to reject him, leading Yahushua to call them a wicked and adulterous generation. He said, you vipers, you brutes, basically cursing them out, So how to navigate righteous doubt? Acknowledge the struggle. Admit your questions honestly, without shame. You see this time and time again in the book of Job. Investigate reliable sources. Seek wisdom from proven historical, logical, and theological texts. And I just want to read this real quick. This came from a lesson from the fruits of the spirits. Elder Ariella did a while back, but he said, walking around with grudge or worry causes you to make carnal, hasty decisions. You don't think about Yahweh Hashem Yahushai as your first thoughts. All right? And this, at the end, this is going to lead to unrighteous doubts. Keep testing assumptions. Challenge your own biases just as much as you challenge your beliefs. Stay in community. Don't try to be a lone wolf. This is a difficult walk. Again, always adhere to the analogy of us being a body. Can the eye perform its duties without, the brain and so forth, So stay in community. Talk to mentors who can handle tough questions without judgment. We have counsels, speaking with officers, just getting wisdom, getting advice. Don't do this alone. So let's go to 1 Timothy 4, 1 through 2. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that is in the later times, and that's just like in the latter times, some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. This again, going to these people who are in their echo chambers. That's not us. For we seek, the new Jerusalem, the world that is to come, in righteousness, righteous rulership. Okay? This is 2 Peter 2, 1 and 2. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord Yahweh that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. You know, they don't want to hear the truth. You know, they want to hear the smooth things. This is going to the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 35. This is verse 16 to 20. It says, "He that serveth the Lord Yahweh shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach unto the clouds." All right. So that's really important because, you know, you have these questions and righteous doubt. But at the same time, you know, you pray earnestly. And if the Spirit be upon you, then your prayers be heard, and they pierce through those clouds. Verse 17, "The prayer of the humble pierces the clouds until it come nigh. He will not be comforted, and will not depart, till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. For the Lord Yahweh will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten in sunder in the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous, till he have rendered to every man according to his deeds, and to the works of men according to their devices, till he have judged the cause of his people, and made them to rejoice in his mercy." Mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction, as clouds of rain at the time of drought. And then these sentiments can be echoed, are echoed in Luke 1 when you read. I believe it was Zacharias' prophecy, the father of John the Baptist. You know, that's speaking of true salvation. Okay. So, with that, I hope you, Akim Akwath, were edified. Kwam Yasharallah, Abal Babal, Shalom, Shalom.